This is the story of a beautiful girl who stabbed her mother to death and gained the attention of a lot of people. What made her do this? How did this happen? Let's look into the life and existence of Isabella Guzman.
She's accused of stabbing her mother 79 times.
With breaking news in Aurora this morning, police are now looking for this woman. They're calling her a suspect in a deadly stabbing overnight.
Isabella Guzman is a citizen of the United States who currently resides in the state of Colorado. 1995 was the year she was born. Her mother, Yun Mi Hoy, was stabbed 79 times on the second story of their home in Colorado on August 28, 2013, the same day that she, at the age of 18, committed the act that brought her notoriety. Yun Mi Ho was stabbed multiple times in the face, the neck, and the torso. Isabella's connection with her mother was one of the most difficult aspects of her life. As she was growing up, she was part of a low-income family, which meant that her mother was unable to provide her with many of the things that Isabella desired. This resulted in a number of disagreements within the house. As a result of Isabella's parents getting a divorce and Yun Mi Hoy later getting remarried, their friendship deteriorated. Things proceeded to deteriorate as Isabella made threats of murder to both her mother and stepfather, which were reported to the authorities by Isabella's mother and stepfather. Isabella ultimately carried through with one of these threats and ended up killing her mother one night. After the murder, the perpetrator fled the scene, but she was apprehended the very same day that her stepfather reported the crime to the authorities. As an adult, Guzman was charged with the first-degree murder of her mother, and because she had already reached the age of 18, she was eligible to be punished. The stepfather claims that Isabella has been difficult ever since she was a young girl, and that she has constant disagreements with her mother. As a direct consequence of this, she spent some time living with her father when she was 7 years old before moving back in with her mother. In addition, according to her aunt, Guzman has a pleasant demeanor, but she has also been known to grow upset and shut herself in a room, although she has never been violent. Hoy was so frightened that he called the authorities. They arrived at the residence that afternoon and had a conversation with Guzman, in which they informed her that her mother had the legal right to kick her out of the home if she did not begin respecting her and adhering to the regulations that she had established. In addition to this, Hoy contacted Guzman's biological father and requested that he meet with his daughter in order to discuss the situation. According to the Huffington Post, Robert Guzman showed up at the residence the same evening. After some time had passed, he recalled the following. "We sat down in the backyard looking at the trees and the animals, and I started to talk to her about the respect that people should have for their parents. However, he would learn just a few hours later that their chat had tragically accomplished absolutely nothing at all." As time went on before the murder, Yun Mi Hoy became increasingly concerned for her safety due to the fact that her daughter had begun to pose a danger to her. It is said that she wrote her mother a note that simply stated, "You will pay," which prompted her mother to report the incident to her father, who then spoke to her the same day. A few hours before the murder took place, Mrs. Hoy went to the police and informed them that there was a danger to her life. In spite of this, Isabella is unable to be dissuaded from carrying out her plan, and she ends up shooting and killing her mother in the toilet. How Yun Mi Hoy died. Yun Mi Hoy got home from work at 9:30 p.m. on August 28, 2013. She told her husband she was taking a shower upstairs, but he soon heard a crash and screaming that made him think someone had been murdered. Guzman stabbed her mother to death and then ran away from home. She was discovered by cops the following day. In time to witness Isabella Guzman slam the bathroom door shut, Ryan Hoy hurried upstairs. When he attempted to force his way through, Guzman shut the door and began pushing on the other side. He ran back downstairs to dial emergency services as soon as he noticed blood pooling beneath the door. Huffington Post reports that when Ryan Hoy got home, his wife was saying Jehovah, and he saw Guzman leave the house carrying a bloodied knife. She didn't greet him or say anything to him as she left the restroom, and he advised that he never heard Guzman say anything. He burst into the restroom and saw a bloodied Yun Mi Hoy lying on the floor, naked, with a baseball bat beside her. He made an effort to revive her, but it was too late. After the fact, detectives learned that she had been stabbed at least 79 times in the face, neck, and upper body. Isabella Guzman had already left the site by the time police arrived. The authorities wasted no time in launching a manhunt for Guzman, warning the public that he was armed and dangerous. The next day at 3 o'clock in a parking garage close by, officers discovered her with her mother's blood still on her pink sports bra and turquoise shorts. On the day of her arraignment hearing on September 5, 2013, CNN reported that Guzman had to be physically removed from her cell. And when she arrived at the courthouse, she began making a series of odd faces, including grinning and pointing at her eyes, which were caught on camera. Isabella Guzman claimed she was insane and pleaded not guilty. A psychiatrist stated that she had been experiencing delusions for many years due to her schizophrenia. She stabbed her mother in the back without even realizing it. Guzman instead believed that, in an effort to preserve humanity, she had murdered a woman named Cecilia. Colorado's 18th Judicial District Attorney George Brauchler told CBS 4 Denver, "We punish people who make decisions to do wrong when they know better, and they could have done something different. Moreover, I am certain in this instance that this woman did not know right from wrong, and she could not have acted differently than she did given the severe schizophrenia and paranoid delusions, audible, visual hallucinations that she was experiencing." After hearing Guzman's not guilty by reason of insanity plea, the judge committed her to the Colorado Mental Health Institute in Pueblo until he was satisfied that she posed no risk to the public. Isabella Guzman had no idea that her bizarre court appearance would make her an internet celebrity. In the year 2020, users of the video-sharing platform TikTok started uploading clips from Guzman's 2013 arraignment. Some of them were choreographed to Ava Max's popular song Sweet But Psycho. Others demonstrated the designer's attempts to emulate Guzman's peculiar facial expressions that he displayed while in court. Isabella Guzman soon established a following in the digital space. Commenters remarked on how stunning she looked and suggested that she must have a compelling justification for the murder of her mother. Nearly 2 million people have seen a video montage of her court appearance. Even on social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram, people have built fan pages in Guzman's name. During this time, Guzman remained hospitalized at the mental health facility, where she was receiving treatment for her schizophrenia and searching for the most effective meds. In November 2020, she submitted a petition to the court requesting her release, arguing that she was no longer a danger to the people in her immediate environment. Isabella Guzman was given permission to leave the hospital in June 2021 so that she may attend her therapy appointments. And in spite of the fact that her relationship with her mother was allegedly abusive, she stated the following regarding the events of August 28, 2013. Isabella was charged with first-degree murder since she was an adult when she committed the act and was 18 at the time. She entered a plea of insanity, which the judge accepted, and was acquitted. The Colorado Mental Health Institute in Pueblo received Isabella. She will stay here until a judge orders otherwise. Isabella will stay in this facility, according to the court, until she poses no threat to herself or society. Isabella first asserted that she was fit and desired to rejoin society in 2020. Isabella claimed to have lost her sanity in the years before 2013, owing to what she claimed to be maltreatment from her family, and she informed CBS 4 in 2020 that she had now regained it. "I wasn't myself when I did that, and I've since been fully recovered," the woman admitted. "For a long time, my relatives mistreated me at home. If I could change it or if I could take it back, I would. My parents are Jehovah's Witnesses. I left the faith when I was 14, and the abuse at home grew worse when I did." Isabella Guzman is still residing in the Colorado Mental Health Hospital in 2023. It is sad what happened to her mother, and may her soul rest in peace.